a recommended a yoga practice for intermediate practitioners. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing, what I recommend, for intermediate practitioners. These are people who's past the beginner level, practicing for a minimum of 6 months on a beginner level for at least, 5 minutes a day, right? So if you go to my website, you got the free yoga and meditation 5 minute yoga program you can download for free, yogawellness786.com, and this will help you. So I'm going to be discussing the intermediate level in this video. So for those of you who like the contents of my video, uh, please also don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos. This will greatly enhance my channel's reach to people, and I'll be able to help more and more people, and I really will appreciate it and thank you in advance for that. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. I even have a 10-minute anxiety fix for just $5. You can visit my website for that, yogawellness786.com, and how to contact me for that. And this is given to you instantly, telepathically, right? Irrespective of where you are in the world. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art for almost 50 years, teaching for 44 years. In that period, I've studied under various masters from different schools of thought, from different cultures, and across the globe. I've created my own unique protocols that are adapted for the 21st century, making things faster, quicker, more effective, results orientated, right, and time efficient. And to that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol is the 5 minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free from our website, yogawellness786.com, in exchange to subscribing to my blog, and where you can also get more information on my therapies. Please remember, my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, assuming that you've practiced a minimum of 6 months, because you need to get into the habit of a regular practice, preferably daily, right? Or five to six times a week. If you do it minimum once a week is even amazing. But you want to progress and get the full the benefit of it. This is something, a daily practice. So that's why I created a 5 minute yoga and meditation program, so that it's not very intrusive on your time. It's very easy to find 5 minutes every day, right? And you can even do it in the comfort of your bed. So soon as when you go to bed, or soon as you wake up in the morning, you just do 5 minutes before you get out of bed. This is going to be amazing. And then if you feel this is helping you and you want to go into the intermediate practice, then just you have to increase the time of those three postures, right? And of course, you may have your other favorite postures that you notice, you see online, and that is easy to do for you, right? You must not do things that is beyond your capacity. Don't do advanced level postures. Don't injure yourself. In teaching 44 years of teaching, yoga, hatha yoga, I didn't have a single injury or accident among any of my students, teaching students in over 100 countries, right? So because we don't go beyond a gentle stretch. I'd feel a gentle, slightly more, you put a little bit of force, but not taking it beyond your capacity to bear. You must be able to hold the posture for about 5 minutes, right? By the time you're reaching mediocre level, if you can hold every posture for between 2 and 5 minutes, mediocre level means hold it for minimum 5 minutes, right? You can hold a posture. So don't just suddenly from 30 seconds try to hold it for 5 minutes. Increase it to a minute, and then the following week increase it to like 2 minutes, and then the following week increase it to like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, week by week, or as you feel, if you want to speed things up a bit and you feel you into it, you want to go for it. But don't just suddenly do 5 minutes, because you must get your body used to it. So first 6 months, do just the 5 minute program, and then now, increase it to 5 minutes. When you increase just the three postures to 5 minutes, and 5 minutes of break, because the 80% of the benefit of a posture comes when you relax after every posture, and you should relax at least a minimum of the time in which you practice the posture. So if you practicing for 5 minutes, relax for 5 minutes, right? Savasana, the corpse posture, lie down flat on your back, feet slightly apart, hands slightly away from your body, palms slightly facing upwards, and just be totally relaxed, eyes completely closed, and just totally relaxed. Don't focus on anything, don't focus on your breath, nothing. Just totally relaxed, totally peace, totally. Every time your mind runs around, come back to just be totally resting. When you're resting fully, your body repairs itself. The self-repair function takes place, because you want that place that you flexed for your life force energy to go there and create its magic, right? Because that's why you're doing these hatha yoga postures. You're stressing certain areas. You want the blood to flow there and relax that area, energize and nourish that area, and so forth, that you flexed. So do minimum. So just the three postures, 5 minutes each is 15, it's 30 minutes, right? With 5 minutes relaxation. 30 minutes is for a mediocre level. And you can add one or two of your other favorite postures, like a shoulder stand. And so this is like considered, in my opinion, like, an advanced level posture. You need to master halasana, or the plow posture. It must be very comfortable before you even attempt a shoulder stand. Because shoulder stand, if you're not doing it correctly, you're gonna, like your back not gonna be vertical, because your neck can't bend enough, and it's going to be slightly bent, and you're going to create muscular strength and strain. It's not. It's supposed to be like very comfortable and calm. You must be able to take your hands off the floor and hold it on your side, and only resting on your head and shoulder, right? Only on your shoulders and your head. You should be able to balance. I mean, that's a little bit later in the advanced stage. But to give you an idea, you should not be heavily supporting your back. It should be very light. Your back should be more or less straight. Don't rush into doing, high postures when you're not ready for it. Even if it's going to take you 2 years to, master, halasana or the plow posture, take the time before you attempt, other postures like the shoulder stand and so forth. And keep don't even think of headstand for the first 2 years. Don't even think of it, right? So, of course, my students all, they want to practice from day one. So you have to do it under someone who is a master level or advanced level teacher, who will be able to safely be able to help you, in that posture, in the headstand. Then people have to help you. And when you're doing the headstand prematurely, like before the 2 year mark, before your body is ready, then you will fall with a thud. You can break your neck, you can fall sideways, because your body is very heavy, right? Normally, human body is heavy. So when a person dies, right, you carry the coffin, the weight of the dead body is crazy heavy compared to when the person was alive. To carry a live person in a stretcher and to carry a dead person is very different. Carrying dead weight, very heavy. So similarly, I'm not saying you're dead people, but if you're not practicing hatha yoga for a reasonable amount of time, and doing breath work and meditation practice, so you haven't yet raised your basic energy levels to the standard where headstand is the advanced level posture, where after you're practicing hatha yoga for about 2 years, your body becomes light like a feather. So when I go into headstand, I just raise up like a feather, and I even show my students, it's just like up and down. I'm not I'm going against the wall and trying to kick myself into the no. I just smoothly like a feather raise it, because my body is light. I may look like I have a normal body, but it's filled with subtle life force energy due to regular practice, breath work, hatha yoga, meditation, and also I'm doing kriya. This is part of the advanced level, right? So in the in the medium level, you should do minimum 5 minutes. That means minimum 30 minutes, right, of hatha yoga practice if you're only doing the three postures, and that alone. And then you can increase your meditation to a minimum of 20 minutes, right? in the in the medium level, and medium to long term, you don't need more than that, right? 30 minutes of hatha yoga practice and 20 minutes of meditation. So you can even divide it into two different times of the day, but it's always better to practice the hatha yoga before meditation, right? So what you can do is at least do the 3 minute hatha yoga before meditation, and then meditate. And then maybe in the afternoon, you practicing outdoors in the, exposing yourself to the fresh natural air and the sunlight, where the sunlight is, coming. Just dress, you don't have to be, half naked or anything. Just wear like loose clothing, because the sun will penetrate, the therapeutic part of the sun rays penetrates the clothing, right? The subtle life force energy penetrates clothing, and you will energize yourself that way, with the hatha yoga. Preferably practice outdoors when the weather is conducive. Of course, if it's raining and blistering heat, 45 degrees Celsius, and all that, you can't be doing that outdoors. So use your discretion there. So this is the recommended medium level, and in the medium level, you should try to get into the habit of getting up early in the morning and do it before you start your day. So if you're going to start your day, if you're normally getting up at 7, so you're going to do like, let's say you're going to do the whole combination, your 30 minutes hatha yoga, 20 minutes practice, right? Let's say an hour, that's 50 minutes. Let's say altogether an hour. So get up an hour earlier to do your ablutions and do it. So the hatha yoga, it's not like a physical exercise. You don't have to have a shower after. You can have a shower before, because you're not sweating in hatha yoga. There's no sweating. If you're sweating, you're doing it wrong, right? Because you're supposed to be totally relaxed in each posture. Just follow my guidance in my free 5-minute yoga and meditation program. Just follow the same guidance. You can do it after shower. You can have a shower, because to have a shower makes you feel fresh, and then practice your uh, yoga session, and 30 minutes in total, and your 20 minutes of meditation. And if you can include the 5 to 10 minutes of breath work, right? This is very important, right? In a medium level, you can't leave out breath work. Breath work is the pivot, the crux of yoga system, the most important part of the yoga system, in my opinion, right? I'm teaching, and I've learned, and I've got a lot of experience in it, right? I've reached advanced levels, in this field, and teaching on an advanced level as well. So just the basic soham, breathing in through the nostrils and breathing out through the mouth, right? But breathing in fully, full, and then breathing out slowly through the mouth, right? Do 21 rounds of that. So breath work is always 21 rounds. So if you can't do 21 rounds in the beginning, just do what you can and slowly build up, over the weeks or months to 21 rounds, right? Normally within a few days you can reach 21 rounds, right? Because it's simple, you're not retaining your breath, nothing. And you add that power packed, you got an hour of power, right? So you can adjust it according to, so if you're adjusting, reduce the time of your yoga and reduce your time of your meditation to suit, maybe you only have 30 minutes, right? So you can play around, but don't play around with the breath work. Don't cut the breath work. Keep the breath work fixed, 21 rounds, right? Once you built up to that, don't cut the breath work to 3 rounds and all that, right? And 5 rounds and 10. The hatha yoga, you can cut the time. Meditation, you can cut the time, right? And this will help you on the medium level. And it sounds such a simple thing. It sounds like, oh my God, what is this going to bring? Am I going to get mystical powers and all that? I promise you, you're gonna, if you're practicing this for about 2 years, right? I'd be surprised, in conjunction with a mainly whole foods, plant-based diet, like 70% whole foods, plant-based. Try to have mainly raw, right? Like nuts and fruit and raw cruciferous vegetables, right? Like the cabbage, the cauliflower, the broccoli, and then your leafy greens, your chard, your spinach, and you can even blend them or make them into a salad and so forth. Don't cook them, right? And learn to eat them. You can garnish with lemon, right? Squeeze a lemon, and because cauliflower is extremely bitter, right? Even broccoli is like a bit bitter as well, but when you squeeze a lemon over it, it tastes amazing, right? And you can garnish like that, right? And you can even add like up to a teaspoon of salt, in your food. Don't have more than that, in a day, right? One teaspoon of salt a day, well, maximum 2 teaspoons, right? But the recommended from medical science is at least 1 teaspoon of salt a day, right? Not too much of salt. Too much of salt is harmful, right? And together with this plan, you'll find after a 2 year period that you're not getting sick so often. You're much stronger, you're more flexible, and your mind is clearer, and you're generally in a calm state 24/7. This is the alpha state. Your frequency is raised automatically into alpha state. When someone in the alpha is the alpha, what is the alpha? Numero uno, number one. You'll become number one, which be not surprising, you're number one in anything that you touch or do. You'll become number one in your company, number one, earner in your team. It very easily raise to that, or you'll be in the top, right? It really improves your life totally, your social life, your romantic life. If you're thinking you can't find a partner, so who wants someone full of problems, bag full of stress, and you can't manage the stress, and life is so full of stress, can't even pay the rent, not earning enough money, unemployed, and all those things. But when you calm, alpha state, even if with the problems, you'll find solutions. Solutions will present itself, because it's presenting itself to everyone all the time, because they're so full of themselves, their own problems. They're not noticing the opportunities. You'll notice any small opportunity, and you'll take it, and you will move forward, and you will slowly, raise yourself, and you will be able to, be financially okay, not, a multimillionaire. Of course, earning more, it depends on you, right? Your effort. You have to take action, massive action, more sacrifices, greater willpower, more sacrifices, and be able to, overcome more and more failures, right? And be persistent. And it's a very hard journey to become, extremely wealthy. It's not easy. That's why it's not easy, to not many people are extremely wealthy, because there's a lot of dedication and discipline involved, right? And of course, you'll get your mentors. You got your Tony Robbins. You got your ancient books which are free to download. Think and Grow Rich. You read that book every day. It's a secret to becoming wealthy, right? Just read it every day. That's all. Simple thing. Read the book every day, right? On a mediocre, medium level. Why I'm talking about wealth as well? Because this is a intrinsic, a very important component of life. Money. Without money, how are you going to support yourself? How are you going to buy even the foods, that you want? How are you going to have time out, go to the movies, relax, go on a date? You can't even afford a date, right? If you don't have money, right? So money is very important. So it's an important part. Wealth building is an important part of yoga, because yoga is not only the postures and meditation and breath work, right? There is a lot of sciences to it, but the physical postures and this regimen will make everything else happen much better. Even the law of attraction, if you believe in the law of attraction, will start to work that much better for you, right? So I hope that information helps you. Take care of yourself always.